Beetlejuice Beetlejuice becomes king of the box office. Development on Ocean's 14 is heating up. The first clip of the Donald Trump biopic, The Apprentice, has been released. And we got our first teaser for Alien Earth. Let's go over this week's movie news.
What's up, movie friends? Welcome back to Raiders of the Lost Podcast, the ultimate film and TV podcast. There are so many stories to go over in this weekly episode of Movie News, where we go through all the film stories, TV stories, we watch the trailers, we read the articles, casting announcements. Everything happening in the industry is right here in this episode, so you don't have to look it up on the internet yourself. Look at any of the headlines, because we got it covered. Just sit back, relax, and listen to the news. But first of all, we're due to retire the podcast now because I'm not sure if you saw, but Carmen Electra liked our video on Instagram.
Yeah. So,
so we did it.
That poster I had when I was 11 in my bedroom.
We're done.
Yeah,
right?
It's over.
I mean, what else can we accomplish?
We peaked as...
what else can we do?
We peaked as a team.
I mean, I'm proud of us.
I'm really proud.
Handshake.
Handshake on that. Thank you, Carmen Electra, for your like. What a big day for us.
So, yeah, we did it, boys.
We did it, boys. All right, let's get into this week's box office. As expected, Beetlejuice Beetlejuice destroyed at the box office, broke $100 million at the domestic box office its opening weekend. Also, a 4-quadrant movie. Hold on, what is this?
I'll explain it.
Yeah, you wrote a bunch.
James looked at this text and like his face went blank.
It didn't go blank. It's not deer headlights over here.
Beetlejuice has become a 4-quadrant movie, which is really rare, where you're hitting pretty much every demographic. So the film, the audience, 75% of the audience was over 25.
And so what are the demographics? Female, male, and age?
Yeah, female, male, age, and then ethnicity. So a woman made up 60% of the audience. So they dominated the audience. Also, 39% of the audience was Latino. And then on top of that, the majority of the audience is over 25. So you're hitting a lot of older people with this film. This is why I not only expected just to have this huge opening weekend, but to have good legs. Because it's a 4-quadrant where it's hitting every really main audience member that you want to get: kids, old people, men, women, and different ethnicities. So I think that this is going to be a big resounding success for the next few weeks going forward.
Makes sense. You know, it's a great loved film from the 80s. People love 80s movies. And you get in that older demographic. We're in that demographic of this 4-quadrant demographic.
We're so old.
We're too old. Also, it's spooky season time. This is a really great time to come out with Beetlejuice because, as you know, as soon as September 1st hits and the first leaf touches the ground, pumpkin, spooky season, anything spooky.
I'm not kidding. The other day, I was driving behind a car and they had like the witch legs out their trunk.
It's immediate.
I was like, it's literally the first week of September.
It's not even October. Next year, it's going to be August. This is going to happen. So as soon as September 1st hits, I didn't know it was happening this early this year, but I guess it's spooky season already. Really smart time to come out with this movie right now.
Also, Universal Horror Nights had a new launch.
I'm going.
In September.
I'm going.
Yeah, you had a great time last time, right?
I had a great time. My ex did not. My ex had a terrible time.
Just freaking out.
She was so scared. I felt so bad. I traumatized her. And if you're afraid of things, don't go to Halloween Horror Nights.
Is Halloween Horror Nights, is it the same ticket price as Universal, or is it like a separate ticket?
I believe it's a little cheaper. I can't remember.
But you can't go to the rest of the park.
No, you go to the whole park. The whole park. So basically, at daytime, it's normal park. You can do all the rides and stuff, but they do spooky themed stuff during the day. But it's for kids, so they can't scare people. But at nighttime, their crew and team really transforms the place into haunted houses and all kinds of stuff like that. And then they have people running around with chainsaws and knives and machetes and hiding in bushes, ready to, like, if you think you're safe going to the bathroom, you're not safe. Someone's going to jump out of a bush next to the bathroom to come scare you.
So it's like the entire park is the
whole park.
Like no matter what ride you're waiting on.
They do shut down specific areas that because they're like kids areas.
Yeah.
Like they won't mess with Super Mario World probably.
The Simpsons is going to be like horrific.
Yeah, exactly. So there's specific places that they don't let you in, but they spooky up all kinds of stuff. There are haunted houses that aren't there that you can't enter during the day. It's a lot of fun. But, for example, Wizarding World turns into basically Death Eater World, where the Death Eaters take over Wizarding World. There's green lighting everywhere. There's spooky sounds. There are Death Eaters trying to scare you and putting on, like, shows of intimidation. It's really fun.
I would go just for that.
Oh, it's worth it just for Wizarding World. Like, if you're scared of stuff, just close your eyes and make it to Wizarding World. But it's a lot of fun. Anyways, back to the box office. Deadpool and Wolverine still holding on strong at $7 million at the domestic weekend. Reagan is this opening weekend or is
second.
It second weekend? $5 million at the box office. What was its first weekend?
13 million.
All right, so it's doing
pretty well
for a budget of $25 million. Alien Romulus, another $4 million added to its stats. I believe it's getting close to $300 million.
Globally, it's almost at 400.
Almost at $400. Yeah. It Ends With Us pulled another $3 million at the domestic box office, and another film opening this week with the exact opposite effect of Beetlejuice, pulling in just 1% of that box office. The Front Room, the latest horror film from A24, was a big bomb, only grossed $1 million out of 2,100 theaters on a budget of $15 million.
Anyone surprised?
I'm not.
Weirdest trailer of the year, the oddest looking movie of the year, I think. And every time I've seen the trailer, the audience is just, you can hear people saying, what the fuck was that? And clearly, what's that? Not even 100,000 people saw it? Probably, that's about 800,000 people saw it.
If that.
In the entire country, maybe.
Probably less. I mean, tickets are like $14 to go.
The average ticket is $12 in America.
Is it 12?
For the overall average.
I gotta move where they're cheaper.
Yeah, just move to the Midwest, man.
I got stubs. I'm good.
It's nice in LA.
Yeah,
it's nice in LA.
Not right now. It's so hot. It's 107.
But the budget for this film cost $15 million, and then you throw in probably $7 to $10 million for the marketing.
If that,
maybe. All right, $5 mil.
I bet they didn't put that much into
$5
it.
mil. But they still spent a lot of money on this. Middling reviews on Letterboxd, Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb. So people who have seen it, I was looking at the reviews there. It's a 2.5 on Letterboxd right now, so it's really poorly received.
Have they directed anything else before?
Not that I'm aware of.
So their names are Max Eggers
and Sam
Eggers.
Yeah, Sam Eggers.
And it looks like it's their directorial debut together.
Yeah. So they co-directed it.
Okay, moving on to some huge news, everybody. I'm ready. I'm stoked. Ocean's 14 is heating up in development, which would be the fifth. All right, Randy Savage over there. The fifth film in the franchise is happening. If they bring everyone from Ocean's 13 back, that leaves 2 empty slots because obviously Bernie Mac passed away. And according to Deadline Hollywood Report, Steam is picking up on the development.
This is the 4th film of the franchise.
Well, there's Ocean's 8.
Oh, it's all the same franchise.
It's all the same franchise.
Oh,
all the same world.
My bad.
So, All Quiet on the Western Front director Edward Berger is said to be in talks to take over the franchise from Steven Soderbergh, while negotiations are being held between franchise stars Clooney and Pitt because they're going to get the biggest paychecks of everyone in the film. Yes. And it's really up to them if it happens or not. I'm sure once they sign on, they'll be able to get everybody. But I wonder if they'll replace some people because some of the other guys are probably a little older. But
2 people have passed away from the original cast, so they're if they do
be 3 empty slots.
Yeah, so if they do, I don't think it's respectful to replace the characters. They're gonna have to get a bunch of new characters.
So I didn't mean replace. I didn't mean recast. I meant replace the characters.
Okay, yeah,
like a new character, some guy who lives in Canada now helps them. Named
Sounds great.
Francois.
Sounds amazing.
Who's great with screwdrivers? You know what I mean?
He's got every head of screwdriver.
Yeah,
every head you need.
Everything you need. That's what I meant.
So yeah, I mean, if they sign on, it's a green light because they're 2 of the biggest names in the world, and that franchise is beloved. So I hope it happens. It's one of my favorite trilogies. It's a great, entertaining, good time. Those are great hangout movies. You know what I mean?
I have a question for you. Let's say they have at least 3 open slots now. Would you like to see them merge the cast from Ocean's 8 and bring sort of Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett into the team, or do their own thing and bring just new other people in?
I'm down for them to come. Mm-hmm. Blanchett and Bullock, that'd be sick. That'd be fun.
That'd be an expensive movie.
That would be a very expensive movie. They might go with some pretty unknowns.
I'm guessing they'll go for someone who would take $100,000 to do it.
Yeah, because keep in mind, this is when James and Scott Caan and Casey Affleck were really unknown to general audiences, and they played pretty significant roles as supporting cast members. So they might do the same thing.
But it's not like they can negotiate $8 million contracts.
Oh, they can't. No,
yeah, even though Casey's won an Oscar, he's not at that level. He can't just demand.
He's not a box office stud.
Yeah.
No way.
So I mean, he's a terrific actor, but a lot of that cast, like Don Cheadle, probably can't command $10 million either. So
I bet he could.
Clooney, maybe between Clooney, then we have Pitt. Damon can probably get a big paycheck as well. So I think a lot of the budget will go to the cast, which is probably why they'll go for lower, because I think Sandra Bullock is someone who doesn't work for under probably 10. Probably.
Her quote is 20.
Yeah.
I believe 20.
Probably.
So yeah, it would be an expensive movie, but it'll be a great time.
I really hope if they can capture the energy and the aesthetic and vibe of the original 3, then I will be, a kid on Christmas morning watching this movie in theaters because I love those movies so much. And I'm just curious. I'm just very curious. And I can't wait to see it if it comes out.
Edward Berger's great. He knocked it out of the park with All Quiet, and then he's got Conclave coming out with Ralph Fiennes, which looks phenomenal.
Wasn't he attached to the new Bourne movie too?
He is still attached to this. So he's in the Matt Damon business right now.
Right? I'm saying.
Matt scooped him up.
Yeah.
So he's developing the Bourne 5 script and obviously developing this script too, this movie. So he's got both. Those are his two projects in development right now.
Insanely talented, really talented filmmaker.
I would do the same thing.
That movie's terrific.
Yeah.
That movie, All Quiet on the Western Front, is one of the best movies of that year, 2022. So really good idea. All right, let's move on to some more news. Got a good one up next.
Blood Snow is the new film from the great director Kari Joji Fukunaga, who just is coming off of Masters of Air, and then he did the latest James Bond before that. Fantastic filmmaker. He has two of the most in-demand actors in this new film. Tom Hardy and Aaron Taylor Johnson will star in Blood on Snow.
Blood Snow.
Blood Snow.
Blood on Snow?
You wrote both. Which one is it, James?
Oh, it's Blood on Snow.
Which Blood Snow sounded weird.
Yeah, it did. Blood on Snow.
Wow, thanks for...
I was doing this while on a road trip.
Excuses.
So
oh, wait, you're sitting in a car.
It was bumpy.
Were you driving?
No, I was not driving while I was doing this.
So why mess up this? Why does sitting in a car mess up the spelling?
Let's see, there's a lot of bumps. Very bumpy road, as well as, I was very tired.
So we had another excuse. He was on the road. He was tired. What else?
Someone cut off my fingers.
So
I have no thumbs.
Was your blood sugar level low?
No, my blood sugar was fine. Blood sugar was fine.
Well, I'm glad you survived the road trip. The daunting, horrific experience of the bumpy road trip.
15-hour road trip.
You did an amazing job.
I did a lot, man.
Considering.
You added 2 things to this fucking list.
No, I added 6 things. Look at the bottom of the document, man.
I don't see anything.
I added like 10 things. All right, anyways, Blood on Snow.
3 things.
I hope it's Blood on Snow. Follows a hitman on the run in the middle of a gang war after failing to do a job. Sounds like Aaron Taylor Johnson would be the hitman, and Tom Hardy would be probably head of a gang. So I'm good. I'm in. Take my money.
Why do you say that? Because Tom Hardy's already played heads of gangs before?
Because he's older. Aaron Taylor Johnson seems young for that kind of role.
I think that's cool. That sounds awesome.
This is probably this is on the top of my most anticipated for next year now.
Me too. Fukunaga.
Absolutely.
Back in theaters.
With those two?
Holy crap. As soon as I read that news, I forgot to send you the tweet that I saw about it. I exclaimed out loud.
You exclaimed out loud?
Yeah.
Were you in this bumpy seat when it happened?
I was in the bumpy seat. I was laying on my stomach in the back.
What?
It was great. So we did a road trip to Oregon. It was a 14, 15-hour drive.
Jesus.
But did it in one go, both times when we left and came back. But we laid the back seats down in the Jeep, and we put down a mat. And so whoever wasn't driving could lay down. It was really great.
That sounds nice.
It was very dangerous, but it was worth it.
So you were lying down while you did the notes.
On my stomach in a bumpy road. It was so bumpy. And it was also like 10 p.m. last night.
Oh, it was also 10 p.m., guys.
Like I said, I was sleepy.
It was also 10. Hey, it's an understandable mistake
Thank
now.
you, I appreciate
After
it.
all of that, after the chaos.
I went through a lot.
And the obstacles.
And again, don't forget someone cut off my thumbs. Moving on to Joker 2 has just debuted at Venice Film Festival. It debuted on Rotten Tomatoes at 66% with over 40 reviews. It's projected to break $100 million at the opening domestic weekend. Comes out on October 4th. And while being questioned about the film at the festival, Joaquin Phoenix was asked why he left Todd Haynes' film only 5 days before filming began. And to quote Joaquin Phoenix, "It would just be sharing my opinion, and the other creatives aren't here to share their piece. It doesn't feel like that would be right. I don't think that would be helpful, so I just don't think I will. Thank you."
Yeah, I mean, it's really not the press's business, and you know what happened? So.
Yeah, I mean, he makes it sound like, maybe it wasn't all just him. Maybe some other people felt the same way. But, I mean, I don't know if we'll ever get a full answer, maybe eventually. But not right now during the Joker press tour.
It's a good non-answer.
It's a respectful non-answer, being polite, being courteous.
But, I mean, it's tough. Film festival journalists, like, they ask kind of crazy questions. Did you see...
Especially in other countries.
Did you see Luca Guadagnino and Daniel Craig?
No, what they
So
asked?
they obviously premiered Queer, which A24 bought. And then a journalist asked, I'm not sure what nationality the journalist was. Definitely European. But they asked Daniel Craig, do you think we're ever going to get a gay James Bond? And then he rolled his eyes, and Luca Guadagnino rolled his eyes, and Luca goes, guys, can we just be adults for 1 minute? We do not need, he's basically said, we do not need a gay James Bond. It's James Bond. Can we just grow up, please?
Lucas said that?
Yeah, Lucas said that.
That's amazing.
And then Craig was like, he's like, I'm not going to answer that. Come on, guys. Can we talk about my movie? The movie that's here?
It's a dumb question.
It's just a clickbait question.
Clickbait question, and it also takes away from the movie they're trying to promote.
Yeah, absolutely. Just trying to get a headline.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Who cares?
They care about the headline.
They care about the headline. Man. They don't need, that's the thing. They don't care. They care about their headline and their story.
The clicks.
That's what it's all about. That's what fuels it.
All right.
Anyways, I don't think that Joker will be as big as Joker 2 will be as big as Joker, but it will come close to $1 billion. But I'm not sure it'll have the power of the original Joker.
I'm very curious. It's been quite a while. What was that? 2017?
It was 2006.
Was that a joke?
Yeah,
that was a pretty bad joke.
It's 2019, right?
Joker.
Or was it? Wait, no. Yeah, it was 2019, 2018 or 2019.
Let me double check.
2018.
Maybe you can think of a better joke while I check. 2019.
2019, yeah. I mean, yeah, the biggest year in film ever, so yeah, it makes sense.
5 years ago. We'll see. I bet it pulls at least 500 mil.
Oh, absolutely. If you're going to open with 100 million, it's going to happen, but
it's going to happen.
I think it'll be a big hit, but yeah, it looks like it. I'm looking forward to it.
I think it'll make $7 billion.
$7 billion.
$7 billion.
Want to bet on it?
In the first week.
The first weekend.
Yep. All right, let's move on to...
Did you ever see the Harold and the Purple Crayon memes? Yeah. People made memes where Harold in the Purple Crayon debuts to $18 billion, becomes the highest grossing movie ever made.
So embarrassing.
And it wins like all the Oscars. It already won all the Oscars. All right, sorry, that just reminded me of that.
All right, let's move on to, we got a clip of The Apprentice.
What's interesting is they didn't show a trailer. We didn't get a trailer. It was a clip instead.
It was a clip of The Apprentice starring Sebastian Stan as former President Donald Trump. And he's in the back seat with, this was his lawyer, played by Jeremy Strong, correct?
Correct.
This was his lawyer, played by Jeremy Strong. And it's basically an awkward interview with, I'm guessing, someone from a magazine or a news company.
It seemed to be his first interaction with press.
And clearly some point after becoming very famous around the city because they said it's the most in-demand interview in the world right now. For the interview with Trump. The exclusive.
Getting to interview him like right now?
Because that's what Jeremy Strong's character says. Like, this exclusive is the most in-demand thing in the world.
Gotcha,
or in-demand in the country.
Gotcha.
I think it's about he's building a hotel or building him building the Trump building, I think.
Okay, gotcha.
In New York City.
It looks like what I like. I like the clip because it wasn't what I was expecting, especially Sebastian Stan's performance, who's playing it really low key. He's not doing like an SNL impression, which I think works. My guess is that he's going to start out this film kind of less outrageous, and then I think he'll turn that personality notch up to 10 by the end of the film.
I don't know if it's gonna, because he was a different person 40 years ago than he is now.
True.
He wasn't like the person he is today. He was totally different. Mm-hmm. I think a lot more reserved, especially if you watch old interviews. So I think that's just the way he was. He was a little more chill when he was younger.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm curious what's
more chill.
He was a little more relaxed. He wasn't as divisive. I mean, when he became a TV star, I think that's when Trump became like that personality of being insanely provocative.
Yeah.
And I think that's really when it went uphill for that. But in the past, if you watch old interviews, he's a lot more relaxed, a lot more chill.
Totally.
So we'll see. It's curious. It has the tone of Succession, which I
you got a guy in Succession.
Yeah. So I'm curious. I think the clip wasn't terrible. It looks fine. It looks good. We'll see.
I personally would have liked to see a trailer.
Well, I know are they still filming?
I'm not sure, but I think for me, it's weird to release a clip before you release a trailer.
Yeah, it's not
Minecraft did the same thing.
It's not a great
basically.
sign. Well, Minecraft dropped a trailer.
Okay, well, yeah, but it is.
It's a legit trailer.
You're right.
It's a movie trailer with clips from maybe 40 different scenes.
Let's get into it.
Let's talk about the Minecraft trailer that Anthony thought was just a clip.
Well, much of it is a clip.
What are you talking about? It's
Jack
a
Black's
fucking trailer.
You're right. It's a trailer.
It's a 2.5 minute trailer, Anthony.
All right, tell us about the trailer.
Did you even watch it?
I watched it. I wish I didn't.
So the Minecraft trailer, which is a full trailer, which shows scenes from 80 different parts of the movie, a lot of characters, not just Jack Black doesn't show up for a minute. The Minecraft full-length trailer got destroyed by the internet, deservedly so. It has a production budget of $150 million. And I I know a couple people that used to play Minecraft or do, and I asked them about it, and they're like, "This looks terrible." They said, or what the internet's saying, it looks like Jumanji with blocks, like a Jumanji remake with blocks, the reboot of Jumanji. And it just does not look that interesting. I'm a little surprised. I actually thought it was going to look a lot better than this. And I don't like the character designs, really. I don't like the world building. It just looks odd.
Oh, here's my question. What the fuck is the story? You have a 2.5-minute trailer. I don't even know what the story is.
About... I can't remember.
Why are they there? How did they get there? Who's Momoa? What's Jack Black's... Like, you don't even know what the story is.
He's Steve.
Exactly. This trailer is... It's like they're not even trying to tell a story, it looks like. It's just like, oh, here's fun stuff you love from Minecraft montage. But it's like, what is even going on?
It does not look
Your
that
trailer
good.
should at least give the audience a sense of what exactly the story is.
A lot of money went into this movie. $150 million production budget. Their marketing budget will probably be $75.
Oh, yeah, they're going to pump it.
This movie's going to bomb.
They're going to pump it.
Absolutely going to bomb.
It looks really, like, I'm not even a fan. I've never played Minecraft, but it looks like just a weird movie.
Another huge production bomb. Like Borderlands just comes out a month ago. Similar vibe and similar feel of the trailer. Just unoriginal. It feels like it has the look of Minecraft, but it doesn't have any soul. It looks like a soulless movie.
Here's the thing. It's like, I think so many people. I mean, sometimes they get it. Sometimes they get it right. Why did Super Mario work, Jim?
It was a good story,
Exactly.
and it hit all the beats that we love about it. But it was a good story.
Even though you have a huge IP, it still comes down to story. That's why Borderlands failed. That's why so many other video game adaptations recently have failed, because they're not tackling it as a story. They're just using it as a device of, here's a famous IP. Let's make a movie about it. We don't even give a fuck what it's about. But Super Mario nailed the story. That's why it kept making money. It ended up with like 1.4 bill because people like the story. It's this. I watched this trailer. I'm like, what is this movie even about?
It looks pretty odd. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you need to hit the nail on the head. They're just taking an IP, a video game, whatever. Let's just make something, put a ton of money into it.
People like Jack Black. Let's throw him in there.
Goodness, I think it's going to absolutely bomb at the box office.
Yep.
But I still have high hopes for Legend of Zelda.
Oh yeah, I have. I mean, holding out.
West
for
Ball
that.
is going to take that very seriously.
Holding out for that. All right, we got a teaser trailer for a new Alien project, which Noah Hawley,
wasn't this a full trailer?
This was a teaser.
No, I think it was like an 8-minute trailer.
No,
you sure it wasn't a clip?
This is a teaser. So Noah Hawley, TV showrunner for a decade now, is producing and showrunning Alien Earth.
What did he run before this?
That show with Dan Stevens, and it's an X-Men character adaptation. I can't remember what it's called. And the girl from Parks and Rec, Aubrey Plaza, he showran that show, which was very good. I watched the first 2 seasons, but the name of it's escaping me.
Well, he also did Fargo.
He did. Yeah, he did.
He's the executive producer of Fargo. Lucy in the Sky?
No.
Headhunter, My Generation?
No.
The Unusuals?
No.
Bones?
No. Bones. Maybe I was wrong.
Lies and Alibis? Legion?
Legion.
Oh, Legion.
Legion, yeah.
Okay.
Legion, thank you. So he's done he's done a lot then.
He directed 3 episodes of Legion.
Mm-hmm. It's a cool show. You should check it out.
Okay.
This follows...
Oh, yeah, he created that show. You're right.
So we got a teaser of... We got Earth in space, and then it pulls back and it's revealed to be a reflection of a xenomorph's head, and he just screams at the camera. Hulu.
The Earth is reflected on his head.
Earth is reflected on his head.
So he's just floating in space, I guess.
Is he
on the moon?
He's riding a rocket ship.
On the moon.
He's riding a rocket ship to space to either.
I'm a xenomorph heading for the Earth. Come to kill all the people and make them my dinner. I'm a xenomorph heading to the Earth.
This show releases on Hulu and FX in 2025, and will follow a group who make a fateful discovery when exploring a crashed space vessel set 30 years before the first Alien film. This stars Timothy Olyphant, Alex Lothar, and a hot young cast. Releasing, 2025.
Hulu. How do you feel about this?
We'll wait.
I need to see some more. I just don't love the idea of xenomorphs on Earth.
Well, I mean, they did an Alien vs. Predator.
Yeah, true. But that was a gimmick kind of thing.
That's, yeah.
You know, that was fuck it, let's put these franchises together. It was like Transformers, G.I. Joe.
Didn't they have the Predators were like the race that brought intelligence to people?
Yeah, basically.
And helped build the pyramids?
Basically,
right. Yeah. I'll wait. Noah Hawley has a good track record.
But then really changed it where it was engineers brought life to Earth.
Yes. Well, Ridley never considered AVP to be the lore.
Yeah, it's not lore.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a gimmick.
Yeah, it's Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, you know?
It's a good time.
Same thing Universal used to do.
It's a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll wait for a trailer. I need to see some footage. I also don't love the idea of aliens on Earth.
Me neither.
Because part of the appeal is it being the space stories. But we'll see. We'll see.
Let's talk about a former Alien director, David Fincher, directed Alien 3. David Fincher will reportedly direct a Western crime thriller called Beetroot for Netflix. The film follows an elderly rancher who robs banks and hunts down the thieves that took his life savings while being pursued by his son, who is the sheriff. I like that.
Sign me up.
Beetroot. Sounds awesome.
I want it.
Fincher,
I need
crime.
this.
No serial killers
No serial killer.
that we know of.
Yeah. No serial killers.
All right. Fincher, no serial killers.
I like this.
But
I like
still a
this lot.
killer.
I mean, I just watched The Killer the other day, and it's an amazing movie. He still got it, man. He's still one of the best.
He is. He's a fantastic director.
I want to, like, Netflix is just throwing him cash, which is a good thing.
He signed a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he signed a deal.
This 4-picture deal. All right, next up, we got news on The Batman 2. Matt Reeves gave the first details on the film, quoting, "It's going to dig into the epic story about deeper corruption, and it goes into places he couldn't even anticipate in the first one. He also says the Batman universe might push to the edge of fantastical, but we would never go full fantastical, just a little fantastical. And then, what's important to me was to find a way to take these pop icons, these mythic characters that everybody knows, and translate it so that Gotham feels like a place in our world. I'm down for them to go fantastical and have fun with it."
I think he's right. Just don't push it full fantastical.
Yeah.
Like, if they did a character sort of...
You can't do like the Swamp Thing character guy.
You could somewhat. I would like to see Poison Ivy. I would like to see Poison Ivy in this Gotham, in this world.
Who do you want to play Poison Ivy?
Someone really hot. I mean, it's Uma Thurman first. I mean, let's go.
It's hard to top
She
Uma
set the
Thurman.
bar.
It's hard to top
saying.
that. It's hard to top that.
That's what I'm saying. That's a character I'd like to see in this world because her powers can be fantastical, but also grounded in our reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And her abilities can be grounded in the world that it's created. So I think for the sequel, I'm assuming Catwoman won't be in it because she drove away in the sunset, opposite direction of Bruce, going somewhere else. Because I would like to not see Catwoman in this film. I think Batman needs his movie to do. He needs to do it by himself with Gordon, of course. But I think that get another female villain antagonist that's more morally gray than Catwoman was in the Batman. Because that's what I like about Catwoman in the past, especially Michelle Pfeiffer's. She's a villain, morally corrupt. Where there's a little bit of that with Selena in the last two. However, I want to go back to a female co-lead who's a straight-up villain, a baddie. I want to see it.
Michelle Pfeiffer was a baddie.
She was.
Woo!
She was.
I'll take Michelle Pfeiffer over Uma Thurman. Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman over Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy.
That's a tough choice. It's a tough choice.
Things happened when I was a kid and I saw that.
She licked the leather.
You licked the leather.
Same, bro. I remember like being a kid, like, am I supposed to feel like this? This is new.
What's happening?
What's happening to me right now? Am I supposed to be able to see this?
I would love to see something crazy scientifically for a villain. So like
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, something like that, but you're keeping it grounded in science, but something that you wouldn't have seen in a Nolan movie.
Mr. Cold.
Mr. Frigid.
Moving on. We have some Twilight news. Is everyone listening? Twihards? Casey, listening? An animated adaptation of Stephenie Meyer's Midnight Sun is in the works at Netflix. The series will follow a retelling of Twilight from the perspective of Edward Cullen.
Okay.
This is just like the 50 Shades where it's shifted perspectives.
They do that in 50 Shades?
Well, the author's writing the books in that perspective now.
Why not tell a new story?
Because she made $4 billion.
Out of ideas. Let me tell the same story, but this version.
I feel like if I got $4 billion, I'd want another bill.
I wouldn't care.
Moving on.
But I didn't write Twilight.
You didn't. So you don't know shit about fuck Anthony. You don't get it. We want this.
This is an easy way of repackaging, of telling the same story, making the same movie, but making it feel different.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's the same thing as a pointless sequel.
Totally different.
Totally different.
I think this sounds great. And that's animated. They can have a lot more fun with it.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to it?
I am.
First in line to watch it?
It's on Netflix. I just sit on my couch. I have to wait in line. What are you talking about?
I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it.
What I will be in line for is The Hunt for Gollum, which Andy Serkis, of course, is making and directing. It's been revealed that Orlando Bloom has spoken to Andy Serkis about returning as Legolas in the Hunt for Gollum movie. And he was quoted saying, I was like, how would that even work? And then he said, Andy was like, well, AI. And I was like, oh, okay. So they would just de-age, I'm guessing, Orlando Bloom with AI technology. And I'm assuming that the production technology company that Serkis has helped develop with Jackson Imaginarium and obviously with Weta, that they are able to nowadays do some really advanced things, or they're probably developing some really advanced technology for de-aging for actors, because they were pushing the boundaries back when they were making Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I can only assume that they're going to push boundaries for de-aging now, where they are already. And I'm guessing that they wouldn't do it if they didn't think they could.
That's what they always say.
Because Orlando's, what, 50 now?
He's up there.
He still looks great.
He looks fantastic.
He's terrific. Just
very handsome guy.
Fucking tan golden god over there. He's a fucking man. But he doesn't look like he did when he was Legolas when he was like 23. 20, yeah. He was a baby in that movie.
He also looked very handsome then, too.
Yeah, but the thing with that is it works because he's an immortal elf. Yeah. So he should look that young and youthful forever. Also, so they have to de-age him so that he looks like he did in the original trilogy, obviously.
I also feel like the elves, Peter Jackson always portrayed them with the softness effect on their faces.
Yeah.
That kind of look like digital Photoshop in a way. So like
they're glowing.
They've always had like that effervescent, no wrinkles, not a single blemish on them, perfect skin. So it would work, I think, for an elf to de-age it, even if it's not perfect. Like, it would be fine.
I'm just curious. I'm down for this movie, and I'm curious to see what the AI technology is. It's got to be some sort of de-aging, and I bet
it's what they've been using. It's just they're developing it. Yeah.
I bet it's very advanced. It's probably we don't even have any idea of how advanced it is because they've just been developing it for the last several years. But like I said, I don't think they would go ahead doing this without knowing that they could.
Sure,
and make it look good.
Yeah. All right, we got a teaser trailer, a poster, and an actual live performance piece at Universal Horror Nights for The Wolfman, the upcoming 2025 film from Lee Waddell. This comes out on January 17th from Blumhouse. Now, the trailer looks cool. It's very small in scope. It's got a great cast, and it's dark, it's gritty. And
something's happening to Daddy.
And so the father of this girl and his wife, Julie Garner, he is the Wolfman and coming to terms with that. And it looks like it's going to be gnarly and grisly and brutal. I'm looking forward. I think the trailer looked awesome. And it didn't give anything away. And it showed just these great close insert shots of his transformation.
Yeah, I watched it on the road. It was a little fuzzy. So
were you lying down?
I was laying down. I added this to the document. So I watched the clip. It was a little pixelated. So I couldn't make everything out very well. Swear to God. So I couldn't tell if are there two Wolfmen or so he gets. I was assuming he got bit by another Wolfman and now he's transforming into a Wolfman.
It seems. I mean it's the spread. But so did you look at Universal Horror Nights Wolfman?
Yeah.
So
the guy with the
so
beard.
there's the guy. He looks just like he's like a third of the way through the transformation. Mm-hmm. He's got this long white hair, huge hands. Everyone was making fun of it, and it was a Halloween Horror Nights like thing. People could pop up. People
didn't look amazing in terms of what we know for the Wolfman.
Didn't look good. However, I don't think that's the Wolfman. Like you said, I think it's going to be maybe the thing that bites him and turns him into the Wolfman, because there's no way that's going to be the Wolfman. That's not the look. Because first of all, why would he have white hair if this guy's 30? You know what I mean?
Some wolves have white hair. What are you talking about?
All right. Well, he looks like an old man who's got the Wolfman gene.
Some wolves look like old men.
Okay. I'm talking about a wolf man, not a wolf. All right.
Gotcha. Thanks for the
Wolfman has to have brown fur. All right, brown or black fur. That's Wolfman.
What about golden fur?
Get out of here. What? That's just.
There are all kinds of wolves out there.
How many Wolfmans are there?
No, in the real world, none.
Okay, in Wolfman movies, what color is his fur?
Pretty dark.
Okay, thank you.
Brown,
I rest
black.
my case. Your Honor, I rest my case. We're not talking about wolves. We're talking about Wolfman, the character.
We're also talking about a man turns into a wolf. That's
what I'm
a
saying.
New version. They can do whatever they want.
I don't think that's going to be there's no way, because the teaser trailer did not give away the look. There's no way what people saw at Halloween Horror Nights is the Wolfman.
Yeah, when I saw that last week, I was like, this can't be what the Wolfman looks like. It's too comical.
Yeah. And it's too, it's not, if it is, it's not a fully realized version of him, but
he's mostly human.
I guarantee you that's not the Wolfman. Because it's like silly looking. And also in the movie, it looks more graphic than that.
Yeah, and Lee Wannell knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, he did a great job with Invisible Man. He did a fantastic job. So I trust him, and I'm looking forward to seeing this. It's not too far off, January 17th. Yeah.
Oh yeah, January 17th.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. Let's move on to Megalopolis news. Lionsgate has released a new trailer for Megalopolis after pulling the trailer 2 weeks ago after the controversy of the marketing company making fake quotes and putting it in the trailer. Francis Ford Coppola's film is tracking to earn only $5 million in its domestic opening weekend with a budget of $120 million. This comes out in a couple weeks. It comes out on September 27th.
Yeah. Wow. No one's interested in seeing this. I want to see it.
I'll be seated.
Yeah, I'll be seated opening weekend. I think I'm really looking forward to it. All right, next up, we have another unnecessary remake of a classic, The Burbs, which is a really fun horror comedy from Joe Dante, starring Tom Hanks and Bruce Dern, and a great ensemble. It's getting remade. Keke Palmer will now star in this film. A TV series remake of The Burbs, executive produced by Seth MacFarlane. The story follows a young couple returning to the husband's childhood home. However, deadly threats begin to shatter the illusion of their little neighborhood.
This will be for Peacock. Universal.
I am not excited.
Another
TV series adaptation of a great movie. It's a fun movie. Go watch the movie, The Burbs. It's a good time.
Moving on to Eden. We got our first look at Ron Howard's latest film starring Sydney Sweeney, Ana de Armas, and Vanessa Kirby. The survival thriller follows the true story of a couple who lived in isolation on an island until two groups arrive in a power struggle ensues, also starring Jude Law.
I was waiting for you to shout our boy out.
Yeah. Well, I remember.
Did you miss him in the car?
No, I remember the photo. That's why I said it, you dickhead. Anthony's so feisty today.
Man, unwarranted.
Come at me, bro.
Unwarranted.
Did I not add him?
You didn't write him in. I was worried if you're gonna
saving the best for last.
Oh yeah, wait until after the synopsis to add him in.
Saving the best. For
also
last.
Starring Jude Law, as if he's nothing.
Are you kidding me?
As if he's an afterthought.
We all know
Jude Law was an afterthought.
It's not true.
How is it? You should be ashamed of yourself.
I was reading the text.
Should be ashamed of yourself.
And then I remembered on the set, the behind-the-scenes photo, I'm like, oh, I remember seeing Jude Law, my guy.
Sorry, Jude.
Who I've gushed over many times in the show, holding a knife and a fruit.
Sorry, Jude, that James forgot about you.
He looks
until the last second.
He clearly looks like Vanessa Kirby and Jude Law are the couple that have been living in isolation on this island together because they're very tan.
They are.
They seem to be like, oh, we've grown accustomed to it. He's even got like a little belly because he's just been eating fruit so much. Probably been eating good on that island.
He still looks great.
He looks great. He looks like he hasn't been starving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Comfortable.
Looks like they're like, hey, fuck it. No responsibilities anymore.
All right, next up. Hayden Christensen is going to make an appearance at Ewan McGregor's Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony next week. The famous Scottish star is finally getting his star.
Did you say Christensen? I heard a lot of shits.
Hayden Christensen.
Christensen. Hayden Crochet.
I guess I've always said it Christensen.
It's Christensen.
Anyways, Ewan deserves it. He's the best. I love that guy. Congratulations, Ewan. Big listener of our show.
Maybe. I mean, Carmen Electra liked our post. So
yeah, Ewan, Carmen Electra liked our post, so you should become a fan.
Let's talk about Nightbitch. We got our first look at Amy Adams transforming into a dog in this adaptation of the novel of the same name. It follows a woman who is convinced that she's turning into a dog. Comes out December 6th. So it's about this woman. She's got a kid, a baby, maybe like a year old, and married to Scoot McNairy, who obviously in the trailer you see he's got a full-time job, and she looks like to be a stay-at-home mom, and it's taking a toll on her, and it's driving her nuts. And all I gotta say is Janice raised 6 babies, so she didn't turn She didn't turn into a dog. Fucking hell.
No offense, our mom raised 6 boys and she didn't go nuts.
Well, she almost did, I'm sure.
But she doesn't regret it.
Anyways, so it's about her wanting to get her freedom back and sick of being put down, I guess, by her husband or demeaned in a lot of ways, and sick of how tired she is.
I wouldn't say demeaned, but just like not like doesn't seem to notice how much stress she's under.
Yeah, so she's under a lot of stress.
Yeah.
She's struggling mentally to keep up with the kid. And then she turns into a dog and starts digging holes.
She thinks she's turning into a dog.
She thinks she's turning into a dog.
She's not.
Amy Adams looks great.
This is not the Wolfman.
I feel bad because she should have an Oscar by now. And like, this is what she's got to do to try to get an Oscar. Just kidding.
I mean, yeah, she's one of the best actors to not have an Oscar right now.
Maybe probably the best actor not having an Oscar.
Yeah, she's up there, man.
She could be.
She's up there.
I will check it out because I love Amy Adams.
Yeah,
it looks pretty funny.
Yeah. Looks cute. Looks like a little fun insanity. It's a best-selling book, so it's going to do really well. All right, next up, Ridley vs. Russell. Ridley Scott responds to Russell Crowe being upset about not being consulted about Gladiator 2. And Ridley Scott quotes saying, "I think we have a good relationship. I hope we do. As long as he doesn't start bitching about how he wasn't consulted, why would I? He's dead."
Ridley's got a point.
He's just Ridley's no nonsense. He's like, why would I consult Russell Crowe on his dead character?
I'm sure they're still great friends.
Yeah,
they made one of the best movies ever.
They made like 4 movies together. They had a great relationship.
Yeah,
I would love to see them collaborate again.
I wonder. But I remember I watched Russell. He was on Rogan. It was a great episode.
Yeah, I watched that. It was so cool to hear about
so
much of his life. It was really fascinating.
It was one of the best interviews I've seen on this show. And he's dabbled on talking about not being consulted on Gladiator. He seems like he was not offended, but like I feel like he wishes he was a part of it somehow.
Yeah.
And Ridley's probably like, why? You're dead. I get it. I get it. You're the lead. You're Maximus, but Maximus is gone. Yeah. So there's no point.
Yeah. He didn't write the movie.
Yeah.
He just fucking said those lines like a fucking G.
We have some Knives Out 3 news, everybody. The budget of this film is reportedly $210 million fucking dollars.
Jesus Christ.
The first film cost 40.
Whoa.
$210 million fucking dollars. I believe Daniel is making 50.
Yeah.
I think Daniel Craig's making 50 mil for this movie. And then Ryan Johnson's
making, I think Ryan Johnson's made 50 mil for his deal. Yeah.
But I think the deal was that Craig gets 50 per movie.
No, because 50 is more than the budget of the 40 million of the first movie. That makes no
after
sense.
The first one, because then he signed a picture deal to make 3 Knives Out movies after the first one.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Remember, so they signed that deal.
Yeah.
And I think it was Craig makes 50 per movie.
If I remember correctly, they both made 50 for the deal. If I remember correctly, they both made 50 mil each.
Well, $50 million of the budget is going.
Well, they made fun of rich people.
Daniel Craig.
Rich people bad.
Give me $50 million.
$50 million. Thank you, Netflix. Rich people are bad.
Yeah,
not us though.
No, not
us. We're cool.
We're cool, man. I need that.
How many zeros are on that check? Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Throw in another zero, Netflix.
Should have done it for free, guys.
Just saying facts, guys. Just saying facts.
We love them. They're great movies. The first one's exceptional.
I don't love the second one. Don't put words in my mouth.
I didn't.
You said we love them.
You're right. I don't love the second one that much. That's a non-rewatch for me. Knives Out, I'll watch any time.
That's a great way to put it.
I watched Knives Out 10 days in a row. The movie's great.
Yeah.
$210 million. It's a lot of budget. And for a drama mystery, I think it's just mostly going to cast.
It's Netflix, man.
Yeah.
I guarantee the numbers for Knives Out and Glass Onion made Netflix confident in putting that much money into it.
Yeah.
So I think it'll have a huge amount of watches. So I think it'll be, as opposed to like them spending $250 million on Red Notice. Like, I think this has a better upside for them.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
because it's
become like a Netflix franchise that they haven't been able to really pull off with movies.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
I have a couple every once in a while.
Moving on to Lanterns news. Josh Brolin has reportedly been offered to play Hal Jordan in the Lanterns series. And I believe that Hal will be an older version of the character in this show, because I think then they'll have those 2 other guys who got cast as...
No, he's playing a teenage version.
You almost let out a chuckle there. Wow,
I got you, man.
Another great joke.
I believe that 60-year-old Josh Brolin will be playing an older version of
another great joke from Anthony.
Thank you for the statement.
All I was saying is because Hal Jordan's generally very young and chiseled. Not that Brolin's not chiseled, but I'm just saying usually Hal Jordan's, like 35 and a golden god. And
I don't even know anything about the lanterns. Though,
that's what I'm saying. Now
you don't know either.
That's why I said that. I said that he's playing an older version of the character.
You said he might be playing an older version.
I didn't say might. Yeah. I said he's playing the older version of the character because Hal Jordan's generally younger, you dickhead. Second time I've had to call you a dickhead this episode. When you read back the tape, when you rewind, I didn't say might. I said he's going to play.
You said it seems like he's going to be playing.
It's not true.
Yeah, you did.
It's not true.
That's why I made the joke.
You made another.
That's why I made the joke.
You just changed the wording again. First it was might, now it seems like. What's next? Possibly.
It's likely.
All right. Fucking hell. I can't even get through a story without Anthony.
Oh, man.
I got a good
joke for you. Oh, man. But also, there's a couple actors also that are in talks. McConaughey is supposed to be a backup option for them.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, so
he'll be playing a teenage version of Hal Jordan. He might be playing.
That's what you said.
He might be playing a teenage version.
You said it's. Oh
I
my
did
God.
not say might. There's no effing way.
Okay, Jay, you might not have said might. I can't remember the words exactly, but you said you essentially said it seems like Brolin's playing the older version of Hal Jordan.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
I didn't say seems like. I didn't say maybe. If anything, I said I believe. If anything, I said I believe.
Okay.
Which is totally different than might.
It's still the same thing.
Nuh-uh.
Totally.
No, because I was trying to remember what I read when I read the story. You dickhead.
I know, but you're still insinuating like that he could be also.
All I was saying is that Hal Jordan, because de-aging, CGI, Thanos.
Okay.
It's not like Thanos. It's like Josh Brolin is Thanos. It's fucking CGI.
Okay,
that's what I was saying.
Okay.
And then Green Lanterns they all look different. They don't all look human.
Yeah.
They have different alien species that are Green Lanterns. They're lanterns. So all I was saying is that I'm guessing. No, I'm not.
There we go.
Possibly.
There we go.
Now you're putting. Now you're
That's exactly what you did.
No.
That's exactly what.
Now you're putting in my brain.
Now you know what you did.
Now you fucked up my head.
Now you know you did.
You fucked up my head.
Now you know what you did.
This is your fault.
I'm guessing he's playing.
No, because I know
you
I
were
read
about to say. I'm guessing he's playing an older version of
because
Hal.
I know I read it. I read the story. He's playing an older version of Hal.
Okay.
But I just wanted to make sure, like, I didn't want to misquote. Fucking move on to the next story, you son of a bitch.
I Know What You Did Last Summer has lead.
I killed my brother. I know that's what I did.
Chase Who Wanders is in talks to star in the new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie adaptation. I don't know who that is, but
so the lead actress dropped out, who was from Scream. Michelle, what's her name?
Baccarin?
No, the lead from Scream, like Scream 5.
Yeah, the older sister,
Melissa Barrera. Melissa Barrera dropped out of I Know What You Did Last Summer. They said because of scheduling conflicts.
It's always scheduling conflicts.
I feel like, I don't know, maybe studios don't want to work with her right now. I wonder, because of the controversy with Scream.
No, I'm not sure, because they got a lot of blowback for that.
True.
The studio got blowback for that.
She was just an Abigail, right?
She was an Abigail,
she's an Abigail.
I don't think that's the problem at all. I think that maybe she's like, maybe I shouldn't do only slasher movies. It might be just a career trajectory change for her, you know? Could be as simple as that.
Possibly. Anyways, so Melissa Barrera dropped out and Chase Sui is in talks. Wonders. All right, moving on to, what's this one right here?
Bernardo Bertolucci, the great Italian filmmaker who passed away years ago, he had an unfinished film called The Echo Chamber, and 2 Italian screenwriters have actually completed the screenplay and are shopping it at the Toronto Film Festival. They've adapted it for English language film, and the budget is going to be $6 million. And they're looking to sell it, distribution right now, but it's going to be produced. So I can't wait. He was one of the greats in Italy's history.
Amazing news. All right, we have some Cormac McCarthy news. in regards to his book and obviously the film The Road. It's getting a graphic novel adaptation, which I think is such a cool idea. It's one of the most heralded novels of the 21st century. First published in 2006, the father and son post-apocalyptic tale was awarded Pulitzer Prize for fiction. It was adapted into the 2009 movie that starred Viggo Mortensen and Jodie Smith-McPhee, which is an awesome film. If you haven't seen that movie, watch The Road. And if you like reading, read the book. And now it has received the graphic novel treatment, hitting stores September 17th. The new tome hails from French cartoonist Manu Larsene and Abrams comic artists. And it's supposed to be really incredible, gorgeously captures the details of what's left in a barren America. And I'm very excited about this. I might have to get this.
Yeah, you can actually look at some of the pages. It looks like really cool illustration. And it's one of my favorite books. It's a phenomenal piece of literature in the contemporary times. And it's a must read. It's really great. It's like before dystopians became really popular this century, The Road came out and nobody even talks about that movie.
Yeah. Oh man, the art does look terrific.
Yeah. All right, next up, James McAvoy's directorial debut film has just sold to Studio Canal for distribution for the UK. The movie is based on the true story of Gavin Bain and Billy Boyd, two friends from Dundee, Scotland, who conned the music industry by using American accents and pretending to be from California. And they called their rap duo Syllable and Brains.
Syllable?
Syllable and Brains. And then the project is based on Bain's autobiography, which he wrote, called Straight Outta Scotland. There's also been a documentary about the duo called The Great Hip Hop Hoax, which came out in 2013. So this is going to be the narrative adaptation.
Syllable and Brains. Syllable and Brains.
Syllable and Brains.
So like syllable.
Yep.
In brains.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty interesting.
It's a really stranger than fiction true story, and yeah, I love James McAvoy, so good for him.
Heck yeah!
Congrats, bro.
Also, Speak No Evil.
Speak No Evil is fun. People aren't gonna like
coming out this month or next month?
Next week.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Speak No Evil next week, guys.
Yeah,
it's an awesome movie. Final bit of news: Rodrigo Prieto is going to receive a Distinguished Filmmaker Award from International Cinematographers Guild, much deserved, because he's been honored and made so many incredible movies like The Killers of the Flower Moon, The Irishman, Silence, Brokeback Mountain, Barbie, The Wolf of Wall Street, Argo, 8 Mile, the list goes on and on. One of the best DPs out there today, so congratulations to him.
Well deserved, pal. He's a big listener of the show.
Big listener, Rodrigo Prieto. You never know. Carmen Electra.
Rodrigo. Carmen Electra liked our post, so.
We did it, boys. All right,
let's just go out on top, man.
Yeah, that wraps our episode this week on Movie News. Stay tuned for episodes this week. We're doing a classic tomorrow, Rear Window, Alfred Hitchcock's 1954 masterpiece, starring Jimmy Stewart and Grace Kelly, dropping tomorrow. On Wednesday, we're doing Dead Poets Society from Peter Weir, one of the best coming-of-age films of all time, starring Robin Williams, Ethan Hawke, and an incredible cast. And other than that, we'll get some other stuff cooking. Also, be sure to join our Greece trip for June 2025. Go to our description of our Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Click that link, and on that link, you can enter our Greece trip and join us today.
We have tickets still available, and we already have 11 people signed up.
Yeah,
so we got a good trip so far, but we have 13 spots still available. So
if you want to come to Greece with us,
come to Greece with us, yeah.
Sign up for that.
And if you're curious about the trip, just go on our highlight reel on Instagram. It has all the information, all the details that you need to know about the trip. So it's going to be a blast, and we would love to have you join us.
All right, everyone, leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. Subscribe, like, comment, become a patron at patreon.com/Raiders of the Lost Podcast, and take care.
See you next time.